what is the difference between these burners and which one is better for moka pot and Turkish coffee. Let's find out. It's going to be a little bit abstract, but we're going to talk about micro burners and regular burners which uses the whole can. And right away, let's talk about the pros of this one. First of all, it's extremely powerful and precision is great here. And also you can use different size of the can. So it's 230 milliliters, there is 450, which will be higher, so I don't use it because it's too high for this table. And this one needs to be filled, and it's not that great, even though it's 400 milliliters. So I filled this one using 20 grams when the can was fresh, like first charge refilling, and it lasted me for around 38 minutes now, so around 40 minutes, and I can use it like for a few brewings probably. So it was 4 minutes each brewing, around 4 minutes, and I've made 9 cups of coffee using just one fill, but using fresh can. While this one can run however it needs to run. And what's great about this is that you can relatively know how much gas is left. Here it is way harder, and I usually keep track of how many minutes it burns. So I like both of them, but this one is way more powerful, and this one is cozy. It's like for home use. And the model of this exact attachment is Kovea. What's great about this design is that you store your canister separately and your burner separately. It takes not a lot of space. Well, this one needs to be in this box for the gas burner, the case. So both of them like suitable for traveling, but here we have a special box, like special case, plastic case, which will be reliable, and for gas canisters there are some attachments. And of course you can have like 4-season mix, so it's different types of gas. You can use it outdoors without any issues. It is way more flexible, both in terms of power and amount of gas it can use at once. So this one is like 20 grams of gas. I filled it. I could like go 30 possibly. How I fill it usually, I weigh the canister, like the whole unit, and then refill. But it's tricky because the gas is leaking here, so it's not a perfect seal, so you'll end up with more leaked gas than here, and you need to be in a very well ventilated room to use this one, or to refill it, or you go outdoors, refill it and go inside. It is great that the gas has some smell, so you will detect if it's leaking or not, and if it's not closed properly. In terms of safety, I think this one is better, because this one, the unit could be defective and it may leak. So it's better to check it outdoors if it's leaking or not. Let's refill this one and measure how many gas we can charge in it. 27 grams. It's more than previously, probably because of the less pressure that the can has. And the con of refilling it, well, you can just change the can here. Here you'll need to wait for it to cool down. So if you are in the middle of brewing and you have coffee almost ready, but the gas is over, you'll need to wait, so you probably will ruin your coffee. Here is a little bit of frustration sometimes, but not a big issue. First of all, let's talk about this exact unit, because it's Kovea and it has this option. And this is the biggest pro of this burner, this exact one, Kovea model. So the gas canister could be any. Most of the burners has like 3 points, and you cannot use small object, like it will not fit here. And smaller jazz will not, like, at all. And let's check our narrow jazz. You can use it without problems. So this is what's incredibly great. Another parameter is, does it have an ignition, and in this case we have it on both. So we rotate, press, and they will both ignite. But let's talk about the next one. Of course, here we have stand, and we can use anything here, of course, if it's not too heavy. And I will not recommend to boil something like more than 200 milliliters. This one is 15 grams of water I use here, and it works nicely. And for lower, 200 and lower. For bigger, it may be less efficient, way less efficient. So the brewing time will be too long here. Well, here you can play a lot. And let's talk about precision. Here we have precision as well because it's Kovea. And here we have because it's micro burner. But here precision could be tricky sometimes, especially the valve on this exact model, which is HT5012. The valve starts to work like not sharp enough. At least in my recent refill, which was used with the fresh canister, it's like you rotate it a few millimeters and starts to like full throttle. So both have precision, but I'm not sure about longevity in this one. In this one, it's like for 3 years working extremely well. And let's boil some water. So 200 milliliters. Another important thing, the sound. I like, rusted already. So I like that this one is silent. This one is like jet. So here's the power. You barely hear it. This one, like you can regulate it, it's pretty nice. It's like noisy, high pitch noise, which is not super nice. And important note, the higher the amount of power output, the less heat efficient. So this one, why I don't recommend it for higher than 200 milliliters, because it will be less efficient. Let's check this one. 53 already. 44. I can crank up this one. Let's check. Inefficient mode. So the rate of rise looks similar. Ah, no, this one is way faster. So as you can see, it's like way more comfortable. I will not boil them. I've seen that just relatively this one is slower, but it could be faster, and this one is extremely great. So they both work, and after all, it's more about the look, what you will want at home. And it's totally fine to have this one. I will leave the link to the Kovea in the description because it's a trusted brand and I've tested it for a while, and the precision of adjustment, like everything, is great here. And if you want to get this stand, because burner will cost more than if you order it somewhere, you can get it in my store. And this is for today. See ya!